Hey folks, welcome in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's after midnight. It should be the 20th or the 21st. Thanks for being here. I hope you're doing well. It's August, by the way. 21st of August should be the 20th. The free to play. Did I say that already? I might have stumbled over it. I got a little confused there. Anyway, interesting story I have to start with. So while I was at work, my wife messaged me and she's like, the girl is having trouble getting to sleep, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's nothing new. And she's like, she's scared without you here, and I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, she's worried that somebody's gonna break in and steal her. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, and come to find out, it's because they were watching the DreamWorks movie, The Bad Guys. And the reason I got them into watching a couple of DreamWorks movies is because I watched a Bullseye or React video. It's all in that family, the React channel that I talk about sometimes. And they have another channel called Bullseye. Same people do the whole thing. And they were like, there was like this one thing about, do you remember these DreamWorks movies? And I think we saw Madagascar back when it came out, but other than that, I hadn't seen hardly any. I mean, I had seen How to Train Your Dragon, like before we moved, which we moved 5 years ago. So this was probably 7 years ago. I saw How to Train Your Dragon, maybe. And I was like, because we were watching a kid and he wanted to watch it. So I'm like, okay, what is this? So we watched it and I was like, oh, interesting, But so I had seen, I think those were the only two I've seen. And, oh, no, of course I saw Shrek. Everybody's seen Shrek. I forget about Shrek. But they were talking about like these ones that I've never seen, like Megamind and Fishtail and The Bad Guys and I don't even, whatever else. And so I had them watch the Crooks or the Crudes or something like that. And then I was like flipping through, and I wanted to watch The Bad Guy, but I was distracted, and so they watched The Bad Guys. Well, apparently, and they watched it like last weekend or something. And I didn't think anything of it because nothing had come up, no issues. It's just a movie, right? Well, come to find out, that movie got her scared, and it just manifested tonight. And it's like, oh. And so she's like, you need to come in and give her a kiss when you get home. And I'm like, well, give me a little bit. So anyway, finished up, came home, went in, kissed her, turned off the light. She's obviously already asleep, but still. But it's just, you just never know. And it's really weird. And, but that's the first time that I think that she's been scared and she's wanted me. And, if you can't tell, I'm nothing special, but she just feels safe with me here. And we had an incident this morning where we took our 1-year-old to the visit, and I had the other two kids with me. And I told them to stay in the van. And I'm sitting there talking to the baby's mom and this other lady, a friend of hers. I'm like, you need to get back in the car. And then I'm like, I walked to the door, and I'm like, I might get in the van, and I'm like, guys, you need to stay in this van. And they're like, well, why? And I'm like, you don't know those people. I don't know those people. They could have stolen you, and they could have took off, and, all this. And so this is how our day started. With me telling them, hey, you needed to keep the van, you needed to stay in the van, you needed to keep the van closed, all of this stuff. And then I guess it just manifested at night, and I was like, I didn't tell my wife. I mean, I told my wife about that incident, and so I'm sure she made that connection because it's not too hard to figure out. But it was just really interesting that happened to manifest when and how it did. And, it's a shame. It's a shame that, because apparently she ended up waking up the baby, all this. So it's just a shame that she ended up feeling scared. But just thought that might be, something interesting that I'd share. And, it's anecdotal, but I just thought it was something really interesting. But other than that, though, we got to get into this Lightspeed bundle. I didn't actually watch this video. I know Arnold did a video on it, and I tried to watch it. I was cooking or something, and so I don't know that it really resonated or really connected. But it's like, but as far as and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure I'll see the video between now and tomorrow. But I know that there is a GL Leia Lightspeed bundle coming. And if I can bring up the Discord without it affecting my thing here, maybe I will. Or, I don't know. Maybe let's try to bring up the Discord on my phone and see what happens after that. So, let me get here on the phone and see if I can find Discord, assuming that there's, of course there's not. Discord, hello Discord, where is it? Discord, there it is. But I know there's a Leia bundle coming out, and I think it's $30. And I'm just going to tell you this. I'm not buying. Or I shouldn't say that. I'm not planning on buying any more Lightspeed bundles at this time. Why? Because the value went away. And you can be like, what do you mean the value for you went away? This is what I said. The value for me went away. And where is this? I forget what this thing looks like. Okay, there it is. Never mind. And the reason I say that is just because it's okay. There's proof of the Leia bundle, but it doesn't have who's in there. Characters at Relic 7, that's fine. So characters at Relic 7, I think it cost $30. And there's a Shadows of the Empire bundle with everybody that was in the first bundle that I bought for $10. That I think is, I don't know, 15 or something more. And the R2D2 Lightspeed bundle too. And basically these just don't have, the problem for me is obviously I'm not buying this because it's a free to play. But other than that, they just don't have the value that the other ones did. And for me, the problem is the original Lightspeed bundles that we'll probably never see again had actual value. It was $10 for, basically all the characters that you needed for Rey and Kylo. And then, the ancillary ones, the original Shadows of the Empire, even the Starkiller bundle. I mean, these bundles now, like the Leia bundle, I think they said it's $30, and it might be. And for the amount of if you've been watching my daily videos for the daily account, then you know that I'm on my way to Leia. And there's a Relic 8 and there's 6 Relic 7s for that. And so from that perspective, it's very tempting. But it's like, at the same time, it's $30. And, maybe if the Fed were lower interest rates and, inflation would come down and all this, maybe I would be more tempted to buy it. And, obviously, like I said, free to play is free to play. But even on the daily account, even on any of the other accounts, the Hyperlight, the original account, it's all no bueno. It's all not happening. And it's like the reasons it's not happening is because it's just I got better things to do with $30. I'm okay with the delayed gratification. And why am I okay with the delayed gratification? Because I'm the guy who, to this day, I don't have a single GL. And I've been playing this game for over 2.5 years. And I don't have a single GL. And, Slicker on this account obviously will be the first one. And it's on this account. And you can see where we are. You can see we just got to get Kylo to Relic 7. Kylo and Master Relic 7. And then Emperor Palpatine to Relic 7. That's all we need for our first GL. Right here. That's all we need. I think we need 2 more relics for him, and we need, to take Palpy from 1 to 7, and we're done. And it's like I didn't buy anything. Have no plans to. They could bring that to Lightspeed bundle tomorrow for everything else. I'm not buying it. If they brought back the $10 bundle, then we could talk. But other than that, it's not happening. It's not happening. And I want to encourage you. I mean, you make your own decisions, obviously, but if it's just me, because the value of the earlier Lightspeed bundles isn't there, it's no bueno. And Arnold has said those aren't coming back. Of course, they're not going to come back if you buy. If we just buy these Leia bundles, if we incentivize them to just keep doing what they're doing, of course they're going to keep doing it. But me, I have no intention of doing it. I have no intention of giving in and doing it. I have no intention of buying the 3PO bundle, the R2 bundle, the whatever bundle. I mean, like I said, you make your own decisions, but right now, I have zero intention of buying any of those. And I encourage you to as well. Because I just fundamentally do not think the the money is there. I don't think that the effort is there. And you can say anything. Obviously, we're talking about 6 G7s that you need, and you can get everybody at G7 at R7, and so you're just done with it. But it's like, and I wish I had the photo to show it, but it's a time and effort. But I'm just at the point where it's like, I don't have enough disposable income, especially since my wife just told me earlier that she wants to buy one of these electronic wall calendar things. Have you seen this thing? Where it's you get the panel. It's like there's a panel and it has like everybody's schedule, and it's just a big electronic calendar. But apparently my wife has become enamored with them. And so she's like, well, we got all the Sam's Club cash back, so we should go buy one. And so I guess we're going to go buy one. But it's like, it's just, there's no reason to. There's no reason to. I mean, what I would do with your money that you would, instead of buying this stuff, is I would think about, going to a nice restaurant. Maybe if you have kids, find a sitter. If you don't have kids, obviously that's not a concern. But if you do, find a sitter. Go to a restaurant, have a nice meal. And then, maybe come home and consider, I don't know, things. I'm just going to leave it there. But I just think that I just don't see the value. And that's just me personally. Obviously, you make your own decisions. But, that's just kind of how I'm feeling about the game, especially with CG's just wanting more and more and more. I mean, obviously, if the value is there, if the circumstances were different, then it would be a different conversation. But it's not. So this is the conversation. It is what it is. And that's, at the end of the day, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But, just think about what you're doing. So I'm just casually doing territory battles. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, as always, God bless. Hold the line. Remember that I have friends everywhere. Bye.